Welcome to the Great Detectives of Old Time Radio. From Boise, Idaho, this is your host, Adam Graham. If you have a comment, email it to me, box13 at greatdetectives.net. Follow us on Twitter at Radio Detectives and become one of our friends on Facebook. Facebook.com/Radio Detectives. Our listener support campaign continues, and of course you can become one of our Patreon supporters at patreon.greatdetectives.net. However, our focus is on one-time donations today, which you can do through Adam Graham, P.O. Box 15913, 15913, Boise, Idaho, 83715. And you can also go to support.greatdetectives.net or send along a donation with the Zelle app to box13 at greatdetectives.net. And if you send in a donation of $20 or more, I'll happily send you an ebook of your choice from those we have available, including All I Needed to Know I Learned from Dragnet, All I Needed to Know I Learned from Columbo, and Slime Incorporated. A full list of available ebooks is at support.greatdetectives.net. In addition, if you send in a donation of $25 or more, we'll happily send you a colonial radio theater audio drama of your choice from those we have available. We not only have great detective programs like Perry Mason and Father Brown, but we also have some wonderful adventure stories, including King Solomon's Mine, as well as two different Zorro adventures, Zorro and the Pirate Raiders and Zorro Rides Again. A full list of available thank you gifts is over at support.greatdetectives.net. Well, now it's time to get into Dick Tracy. And we have a Friday episode and a Monday episode. So the original air dates are February 18th and February 21st of 1938.
Calling all adventure fans. Calling all Dick Tracy fans. Stand by. Dick Tracy is on the air.
Now, the makers of Quaker Puffed Wheat and Quaker Puffed Rice, those two nourishing, delicious cereals that are shot from guns, bring you another thrilling Dick Tracy detective adventure. Big guns. That's the way they sound when they're making puffed wheat and puffed rice. It's a special Quaker process that makes it possible for you alert boys and girls and all your friends to enjoy nourishing wheat and rice every day in this most digestible, most delicious form. Quaker Puffed Wheat and Quaker Puffed Rice are two swell, different flavors, you know. So you can have puffed wheat one day, then puffed rice the next, for a delightful change. When the nourishing grains of wheat and rice are shot from the Quaker guns, the grains are actually exploded to 8 times their normal size. They're plump and crisp and nut-like, as different as day and night from ordinary cereals. Shooting them from guns makes Quaker Puffed Wheat and Quaker Puffed Rice specially easy to digest, too, which means that you get the food energy you need to be as quick-thinking and fast-acting as Dick Tracy is, much more quickly and easily. So for a real treat that you and Mother and Dad all enjoy for breakfast, ask Mother to get some Quaker Puffed Wheat or Quaker Puffed Rice at the grocery store. The Black Pearl of Osiris, which Dick Tracy wants safely returned to Egypt, is concealed in the secret compartment of a special ring given to Tracy by Humi Batik, a member of the cult of Osiris. In a hand-to-hand encounter with members of a secret gang who were trying to get the pearl, Dick ripped the coat from the back of one of his assailants. In our last episode, Dick examined the dust taken from the coat with a vacuum cleaner and thereby narrowed the search for the gang's headquarters. Pat, heading a searching party, telephoned and gave Dick a message in code. What was in that message?
What's the news, Pat?
You were right about a mattress factory being a hideout for these gangsters. We watched all 3 of them, and it just happened that I was watching the right one. 6 men have gone into that dark building over there in the past half hour, Dick. 2 more went in since I called you on the phone.
Good. Sounds like the place we want. Where are your men?
One moment. Here they come out of doorways and alleys.
All right, boys.
Yeah, all right.
We're ready now.
Yeah.
Higgins, take 4 men and go around and guard the back of that factory.
Okay.
Jones, you take another 4 and stay out here in front.
Right.
The rest of you men come with me.
What are you going to do, Dick?
Surprise raid. Walk in and nab him, Pat.
All right, boy, I'm with you. And I hope we nail the big shots.
All right, then. Let's go.
Come on, man. Come on.
Try that door, Pat.
Right. It's unlocked, Dick.
Good. It's a dim light burning at the top of those stairs. Come on, you men.
All right.
They're in there, Pat. You can hear them talking.
What do we do?
Follow me. I'm going to surprise them. When I give the word, all of you rush at that door and break it in.
Right.
All set?
Yep.
Then now. Get him up fast.
Get out there, you! Go on, move! Well, may I inquire what this means?
Are you the head of this mob?
I don't quite understand. This is a factory. These men are my employees. We've met here tonight to discuss something pertaining to to new shipments. Would you be good enough to explain your violent entrance? Certainly there's no call for a raid by the police.
I'm sorry, it won't do. I have a fair memory for faces, and I can positively identify at least 4 of these men as the ones who attacked my friends and myself earlier this evening.
Yeah, and so can I.
Why, this is preposterous. You can't get away with this.
We'll see about that. You, I suppose, are the high Mogul I've heard about.
I'm afraid I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, don't you?
Oh, no, I'm
now,
sure
my suggestion to you, Mr. High Mogul, is to relax, because we're taking you and your friends down to headquarters. And so, if you're smart, you'll talk now, when it might do you some good.
All right. All right, I'll talk.
You bet you will.
And talk fast.
You got the high Mogul, all right. He used to be the owner of a couple of art galleries, but they folded up. Now he's in the game of stealing art treasures and paintings, priceless books, anything some collectors will pay a high price for.
Go on.
Well, Dryden Small was a member of the gang, although the Mogul is really the brains. Small was going on a trip to Egypt, and the Mogul arranged with him to steal the heart of Osiris at Black Pearl and bring it back. Well, you know the rest.
Yes, that's all the information we want out of you. Have that confession typed and bring it in for him to sign.
Right, sir. Now, listen now. I get a break out of this, don't I, if I turn state's evidence?
You'll get as much of a break as I can give you.
I'll take it, Dick. Hello? Yeah? Oh, just a moment. You, Dick. The tomb.
Oh, thanks, Pat. Tracy speaking. Batik wants to see me. See me and Junior? What's he want with Junior? Oh, you don't know, huh? All right. We'll be down in a little while. Pat, I've got to go down to the prison. Homie Batik wants to see me and Junior. Says it's urgent. Have this bird sign that confession and then send him down to the tombs.
Right.
I'll look in on the High Mogul while I'm down there, too. I want to have a talk with that fellow anyway.
And as I was telling you, Mr. Tracy, this High Mogul fellow has been very quiet. Not a peep out of him all day. He just lies there in his cot in cell 15. He doesn't say a thing. He doesn't even stir.
I see. All right, I'll go in to see him after I finish with Batik.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Here. Batik's cell is right down this way.
What do you think Kumi Batik wants with me, Dick?
I don't know, Junior. We'll soon find out.
Well, here you are, sir.
Well, Batik.
Oh, do come in, Mr. Tracy and Junior. I am
Hello.
very happy to see you both.
What's on your mind?
I understand that you have captured the High Mogul.
Yes, he won't worry us any longer, Batik.
I wish I felt as certain about that as you seem to feel, Mr. Tracy. The Mogul, you know, is an extraordinarily clever man.
I don't doubt it. We'll keep our eyes open, you can depend on that. Batik, when are you going to send your agent to me, the man who's to carry back the Black Pearl of Osiris?
Oh, he will come soon. He has at last made the way clear, I believe, for the safe transportation of the Black Pearl. Yes, he will come to you shortly.
Say, Mr. Batik, what about me? Didn't you say you had a surprise for me?
Yes, I have. And I was just about to discuss it with you. Earlier this week, I gave to your great and good friend, Dick Tracy, a special ring which contained a secret compartment for carrying the Black Pearl of Osiris. Do you know the legend of that ring?
Well, no, I don't.
Neither do I, Batik, and I think I'd like to hear it.
Oh, you shall, my friend. Many hundreds of years ago, there lived in the city of Fezzan in the province of Libya a certain prince named Bani Suef. He was a great man, this prince. But alas, there came a time when the young prince was wounded on the field of battle, dangerously wounded.
Gee.
His father's heart was full of sorrow, for he feared that his son might die, and death seemed very close. Then one night, the pharaoh, his father, was awakened from his sleep by a vision. a vision of Osiris the Great. Osiris gave to the pharaoh a ring in which there was a secret compartment. And in this compartment was some fluid that looked like water, but was not water. And Osiris said, "Take that fluid from out of the ring and anoint your son with it, and he will be well." And then he disappeared.
Did he get well?
Then the pharaoh leaped from his bed and rushed into the room where his son lay dying. He opened the secret chamber of the ring and anointed his son with the fluid, and lo, the eyes of the young prince opened. The fever left him. Once again, he was strong and healthy.
Gosh.
And all was well. That, Junior, Mr. Tracy, is the legend of the secret ring of Osiris.
It's a wonderful story.
Gee, I'll say it is.
But, you didn't call us down here just to hear a legend.
Oh, no. Earlier this week, when I gave the secret ring to you, Mr. Tracy, I could not help noticing the eyes of your young friend, Junior, as he studied the ring. They were wide with eagerness. He said that he would like to have a ring just like it. And so, as a small token of my gratitude to you, Dick Tracy, I wish to present this to your young friend.
Wow, it's a ring. A secret ring of Osiris.
Yes, we have had it made especially for you, just like the ring of Osiris. And it is all for you, Junior. We have made one special change. We know how greatly you admire Dick Tracy, so your ring bears the likeness of Dick Tracy on it. We thought you would prefer it that way.
Boy, I'll say I do. Gee, it's wonderful.
So wear it always, and I am sure it will bring you good luck.
I certainly will. Gee, thanks. Thanks a lot. Gee, Dick, isn't it a beauty? And that secret compartment. I can make good use of that for carrying secret messages and things. Gee, Mr. Batik, you... Oh, gee, you're swell.
I'm glad it brings you happiness, my young friend.
Gee, Dick, now I've got a ring just like yours, except that it's got your picture on it, and that makes it better than yours. Oh, boy.
Batik, I certainly appreciate this thoughtfulness on your part. And Junior, I'm glad...
Oh, Mr. Tracy.
Yes, Keeper, what is it?
Will you please come with me? I think something's happened to that high Mogul guy.
What? Wait here for me, Junior. You say you think something's happened to him?
Mm-hmm. Yes, Look, he looks dead. There, here's his cell door. Remember I told you he was very quiet all day long? Well, I went in to have a look at him, and, well, here you are. See for yourself.
No pulse. He is dead. I wonder who could have done this.
It must have been a heart attack.
Yes, probably. The medical examiner will undoubtedly be able to tell us exactly what happened.
Hospital again, Joe?
Yeah, we're taking this fellow over to the police hospital to the medical examiner.
Oh. Someone kill him?
No, but he died in a strange way. Just passed out in his cell.
Oh.
They didn't even know he was dead for a few hours.
Gentlemen.
Holy mackerel. It's the dead guy. He's talking.
I am not dead, my friend. At least I am sufficiently alive to keep you covered with a gun. You'd better do what I say. And I warn you, do it quickly.
What is the answer to the riddle of the High Mogul's miraculous recovery? And what will happen if he makes his escape? Well, that's a surprise. And get ready for another one, because it's time for the Dick Tracy Secret Service Patrol Meeting, brought to you by the makers of delicious, nourishing Quaker Puffed Wheat and Quaker Puffed Rice. And here comes Dick Tracy with Junior to tell you all about the big surprise he has for you.
The meeting will now come to order. Okay, Dick, we're all ready for that big surprise.
Well, I don't know whether you can stand another surprise, Junior. You nearly bowled over when Humi Batik gave you that secret ring.
Say, let me see your ring, Junior.
Here it is. Isn't it a beauty? Mm-hmm. See the swell picture of Dick on it? And here's the secret compartment. You see how it works?
Say, that's great. You're a mighty lucky boy.
Gee, you can carry secret messages in there, just the way Dick keeps the Black Pearl of Osiris.
Junior, how do you think the patrol members would like to have secret rings just like yours?
What? The patrol members? Secret rings for them? You mean a real secret ring like this for every patrol member? Holy smoke!
Well, that's emphatic, if not clear. But I gather you think they'd like them.
Oh, I'll say they would, Dick. Anybody'd give anything for a secret Dick Tracy ring like this.
Well, I've talked to the Quaker man about it, And he says that our friends who make Quaker puffed wheat and Quaker puffed rice will do everything they can to help.
That's right. They're glad to make it possible for all the patrol members to get secret Dick Tracy rings free with Quaker puffed wheat and Quaker puffed rice box tops if we can find a jeweler to make the rings, and we're looking into that now. So save some Quaker puffed wheat and Quaker puffed rice box tops over the weekend, boys and girls. You know, when Dick Tracy makes up his mind to have secret rings made for all of you, you can count on it. And believe me, when you see one of those beautiful gold-plated rings, you'll want one. Listen Monday and learn how to get your secret Dick Tracy ring free. In the meantime, get your Quaker puffed wheat and Quaker puffed rice box tops. Don't send any in yet. Wait till we tell you on Monday. But look in the pantry for those famous red and blue Quaker puffed wheat and Quaker puffed rice packages. Tear off the tops as soon as they're empty and save them so you can get a beautiful secret Dick Tracy ring free. And if there isn't any Quaker puffed wheat or Quaker puffed rice in the pantry now, ask Mother to get you some at the grocer's. Then you and Mother and Dad can join the thousands of happy families who enjoy those 2 nourishing, delicious cereals that are shot from guns to give you quick energy.
Calling all adventure fans, calling all Dick Tracy fans. Stand by for another exciting Dick Tracy adventure Monday at this same time. That is all. Calling all adventure fans, calling all Dick Tracy fans. Stand by. Dick Tracy is on the air.
The makers of Quaker puffed wheat and Quaker puffed rice, those specially digestible, delicious cereals that are shot from guns, now bring you another gripping Dick Tracy adventure. And now listen. Today, Dick Tracy tells you how to get a genuine Dick Tracy secret ring free. Think of it. A beautiful gold-plated ring with a special secret compartment just like the one Humi Batik gave Junior. Remember? Well, now you can wear one, too. And it doesn't cost you a cent. So be sure you're listening in at the end of the program to hear how to get your secret Dick Tracy ring free. Dick's a great fellow, isn't he? Have you noticed how fast his mind works? Like lightning. And what a great athlete he is. Just full of trigger-fast energy. And I don't know of a better, more enjoyable way to get lots of the same kind of food energy than to have a big bowl of delicious Quaker puffed wheat or Quaker puffed rice for breakfast, the way thousands of active athletic boys and girls and grown-ups do every day. Those 2 nourishing, delicious cereals are shot from guns. Each grain is actually exploded to 8 times its normal size. That makes Quaker puffed wheat and Quaker puffed rice specially easy to digest, so that you get their trigger-fast food energy much more quickly and easily. So for a real quick energy breakfast that tastes extra good, ask Mother to get you some Quaker puffed wheat and Quaker puffed rice at the grocer's. With the capture of the Mogul and head of a society of art treasure thieves, it seemed that Dick Tracy had brought to a close another interesting case. The Mogul was behind bars, and Tracy still had in his possession the black pearl of Osiris, sacred gem of an Egyptian cult dedicated to the worship of Osiris. But then the Mogul died in his cell. At least an examination showed that he was dead. But while he was being taken to the office of the medical examiner, a strange thing happened.
Hey, Joe, did you hear something move behind us? Nah, I was sure I did. You mean back there? Yeah. Relax, brother. There's no one back there except a dead man.
Gentlemen, don't be alarmed.
Joe! Joe! It's the guy what's dead.
You mean the man you thought was dead. I'm very much alive, and so is this gun in my hand.
Hey, what are you going to do to us?
You'll follow orders, nothing. Now keep driving until we get out into the country.
Anything you say, buddy. He was dead, and now he's alive.
I have never been dead, my friends. I was merely in a cataleptic trance.
A
cataleptic trance. You see, I am able to hypnotize myself as well as others. It is a known fact that expert hypnotists can cut a person or themselves into a trance which very much resembles death. The yogis and swamis of India make quite a practice of it.
But the whole prison was sure you was dead. There's something funny about all
Do
this.
you not believe me? Perhaps you'd like me to try it on you?
Oh, no. Don't do that. Don't do that. I believe you, all right. I sure do, brother. I sure do.
Escaped. And after you all were sure he was dead.
Yep.
Dick, this Mogul fellow must be a wizard to be able to fake an act like that.
Well, there's nothing so very unusual about auto-hypnotism. Unfortunately, I didn't think of it in connection with the Mogul. He's clever and well-informed, which should put us on our guard. Every man on the force has instructions to keep his eyes open for the Mogul.
Have you heard anything yet, Dick, from the Board of Inquiry?
You mean about Hui Batik?
Yeah.
Yes, Pat. I've been kept posted. I'm still going over the evidence in the case. I had a report this morning indicating that the board, from the evidence available, is coming to the conclusion that Dryden Small was definitely in the wrong. He was guilty of several criminal offenses.
Small is recovering from his wound, too, isn't he?
Yep. All of which seems to indicate that Batik will be released shortly.
Well, I'm glad of that. I'm glad they feel the same way as we do about Dryden Small. Gosh, Dick, when we consented to escort that fellow home from England, we never thought we'd get all mixed up in a thing like this. The Black Pearl of Osiris, Egyptian high priest like Hui Batik, art treasures, thieves like the Mogul and his gang, the secret ring of Osiris.
Say, that reminds me. Did I show you mine, Pat?
Hey, quite a number of times, Junior. But I must admit it's worth showing, especially with that swell likeness of Dick on it. Hey, that'd make a swell ring for any boy or girl to have.
Say, I can't wait to hear what the members of the Secret Service Patrol who got rings like this will say about it. And the special compartment. Gee, I know they're going to think it's a beauty, Pat.
Oh, incidentally, Dick, you still have that black pearl safely hidden in that ring you're wearing, haven't you?
I certainly have, Pat. It's going to stay there until I can give it into the safekeeping of Hui Batik or one of his agents. You know, Pat, this case of the Black Pearl of Osiris and the gang that's after it has opened up an entirely new field for investigation.
You mean the fake art treasures?
Yes, the papers have been full of it. The manufacture of fake and imitation works of art, which are sold as the genuine articles, has become a problem. The moment we're finished with this Black Pearl business, we'll have another job on our hands, cleaning up this other racket.
Oh, it's a vicious racket, too, no question about it. These racketeers imitate pictures by the old masters and sell them for terrific amounts. The price you'd pay for an original.
Yeah. Tracy speaking. Yes? Nothing yet, huh? All right, Brooks, but keep on it. Scatter your men and see that every inch of the ground is gone over thoroughly. Right. Sergeant Brooks, still nothing. Looks like the Mogul has really escaped us, Pat.
Yeah, he's taking it on the lam, all right.
What did you say, Junior?
I said he's taking it on the lam.
Now, where did you pick that up?
What?
The phrase, take it on the lamb.
Oh, I don't know, Dick. Oh, yes, I do. I heard Blackie Moran say it once.
I see. Well, I don't want you to say it again, Junior.
Why not, Dick?
Because it's slang, Junior. Slang of a kind that shouldn't be used by anyone, especially a boy like yourself.
Whoa, Dick, I don't see anything wrong with slang. I don't do anybody harm when I say it. Take it on the lam.
Oh, yes, you do, Junior. You do a great deal of harm to yourself.
I don't understand, Dick.
Well, I'll try to explain, Junior. Now, I'm not going to go into the technical definition of slang, but for our purposes, we might say that slang, the kind of slang you just used, is the language of the gutter. It's the language used by people who have no education, no background, just like Blackie Moran and his gang. After all, until people get to know you well, they judge you by what you say and how you say it.
Oh, gee, I never thought of it that way, Dick.
Well, I wish you would, Junior, because it's very important. You see, slang is the mark of a lazy brain.
Well, gee, Dick, I've heard other kids use slang words and things.
I know you have, and that's because they don't listen to their parents and their teachers. Parents and teachers object to slang because they know how great a handicap it is in life. Because it's not only unpleasant to hear, but gives people the idea that a boy is a hoodlum, a roughneck. And that may not be true at all. Boys like you may have picked up a slang expression and failed to realize how wrong it was to use it.
I see. Well, I'm sorry, Dick.
Don't be sorry, Junior. Just make a firm resolve not to use slang again. Whenever you're tempted to use slang, always stop and try to think of another way of expressing yourself. The truth of the matter is, you know, that as a member in good standing of the Dick Tracy Secret Service Patrol, you have to know how to express yourself clearly, concisely, and forcefully. There's only one way to do that, by precise English, never by the use of slang. Excuse me a moment.
Sure.
Tracy speaking. Board of Inquiry? Yeah, I see. Well, that's splendid. I'm glad they reached that decision. Thank you very much for calling.
Board of Inquiry, Dick?
Yes, Pat. I'm happy to say they've exonerated Hui Batik and have issued an order for the arrest of Dryden Small. Small is to be removed from the hospital into a prison cell the moment it can be done safely.
That's fine.
Batik will be anxious to know about their decision. I think I'll call at the prison now and let him know.
Mr. Tracy, this is most wonderful news. Most wonderful. I don't know how to thank you, how to tell you how deeply grateful I am.
Well, there's no reason for you to thank me, Batik. I had nothing to do with it. The law took its course. Since you weren't guilty of any willful wrongdoing, you were not found guilty. The law has decided that you don't deserve punishment.
And you have the pearl, Mr. Tracy?
Yes, I have it with me. Safely concealed in the secret compartment of the ring you gave me. And I'd suggest that you let me keep it until you're free and ready to sail. At the moment, my chief concern is to get you and the Black Pearl out of this country safely.
And after that, what then?
After that, my problem will be to capture the Mogul and put him where he belongs.
Hello. Oh, hello, Tess. No, Dick went down to the prison about an hour ago to see Humi Batik. Uh-huh. Oh, I'm just writing a few letters. No, not love letters. All right, Tess, I'll tell him you called. Now, let's see. What was that address again?
Do not worry yourself unduly about the address, Mr. Patton. You will have no need for it.
What? The Mogul? Yes,
the Mogul. Don't look so surprised, my friend.
What are you doing here?
I want the Black Pearl of Osiris. No doubt you've heard of the Black Pearl of Osiris.
I haven't got it.
I know you haven't. But you will get it for me.
Me? How can I get it for you?
I know where the Black Pearl is, Mr. Patton. And I'm not so sure you don't. It is concealed in the ring which Tracy wears on his middle finger. The ring given to him by Humi Batik. I must have that pearl, Mr. Patton. And you will get it for me.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You will, because I will explain to you very carefully. But, pardon me. Don't you feel just a trifle sleepy, Mr. Patton?
Why,
Of course you do. Sleep, Mr. Patton. Sleep. 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 And now, Patton, you are completely under my influence. You understand that?
I understand.
I will now give you certain commands, and you will carry them out. You will be unable to help yourself. You will find that you are forced to do what I command you to do while you are in this hypnotic trance. You understand?
I will not be able to help myself. I must do as you command.
Mm-hmm. You will go about as if you were not hypnotized. But all the while you will be under my influence. And now, Patton, this is what I command you to do, so that I may be able to get my hands on the Black Pearl of Osiris.
What devilish scheme has the Mogul thought of now? He has hypnotized Pat. Will he succeed in getting the Black Pearl of Osiris? Or will the great detective Dick Tracy outwit him again? We'll soon know. But now it's time for your Dick Tracy Secret Service Patrol meeting, brought to you by the makers of delicious, nourishing Quaker Puffed Wheat and Quaker Puffed Rice. And here comes Dick Tracy himself with Junior to tell you how to get your secret Dick Tracy ring free.
Hello there, boys and girls. Last Friday, we told you we were trying to get secret Dick Tracy rings for all of you, just like the one Humi Batik gave to Junior. Well, we've succeeded.
Gosh, 3 cheers, Dick.
And we've arranged with the jeweler to make the rings for you.
Say, will they be gold-plated just like mine with your picture on them, Dick? And all those lucky signs?
Of course, Junior. Yeah, but you can see for yourself. Here's one of the rings now.
Boy, it's exactly like mine. Here, you see, Mr. Quaker Man?
Say, isn't that a beauty? And look here, it's adjustable. You can make it fit any size finger.
Gee, that's a great idea. Because this is one ring you'll always want to wear.
Well, mine's got a secret compartment just like yours, too, Junior. Listen, boys and girls, here's the best news of all. To get one of these beautiful gold-plated Dick Tracy secret rings free, you just mail 5 Quaker Puffed Wheat or 5 Quaker Puffed Rice box tops, or some of each, with your name and address printed on a plain piece of paper to Dick Tracy, Box L, Chicago.
And you get your Dick Tracy secret ring free. Isn't that great?
And that's not all. Tess Trueheart went to the jeweler's with us. And she fell in love with a very good-looking gold-plated bangle bracelet.
The charms show Dick Tracy, Jr., and Lucky Four-Leaf Clover. Listen, girls. Be the first in your crowd to wear a smart, gold-plated Dick Tracy bracelet, as well as a beautiful Dick Tracy secret ring. It's free, too. You just send 5 Quaker Puffed Wheat or Quaker Puffed Rice box tops for your Dick Tracy bracelet to Dick Tracy, Box L, Chicago. Be sure to write whether you want the Dick Tracy secret ring or the Dick Tracy bangle bracelet or both. And remember, send 5 Quaker Puffed Wheat or Quaker Puffed Rice box tops for each one to Dick Tracy, Box L, Chicago. Now don't wait, because those secret rings will go like hotcakes. As soon as a package of Quaker Puffed Wheat or Quaker Puffed Rice is empty, tear off the top and save it. And be sure to ask Mother to get you some Quaker Puffed Wheat and Quaker Puffed Rice at the grocer's, so you can get your Dick Tracy secret ring soon.
Calling all adventure fans, calling all Dick Tracy fans. Stand by for another exciting Dick Tracy adventure tomorrow at this same time. That is all.
Welcome back. It is surprising to hear just how much a part of the story they made these Dick Tracy rings and the bracelets as well. Now, of course, having done the Superman podcast for 10 years, I was very familiar with the idea of radio premiums. But having the premiums bleed so much over into the plot part of the story was a bit surprising. And also an interesting lecture from Dick on using slang. Now, I can't knock the lecture in and of itself because I think it's something believable that a guardian would tell his ward. Though I think it definitely had a broader message to the listening audience at home. Of course, it might seem a bit quaint for today, but I think, the principle would apply, particularly if you were talking about social media to young people. All right, well, now we're going to bring you a little bit of bonus audio, Dick Tracy related. And this is from a series, the Fred Waring Show with Fred Waring and the Pennsylvanians. It originally aired on October the 27th, 1948. Let's go ahead and take a listen.
What did Mumble say? He says you better do it better than that or we'll never get that job with that millionaire tonight. Try it again. What did he say that time? He said you're flat. Now get up to pitch. What did he say then? He says, watch your tone syllables. Watch your enunciation. Please, try it again. Chester Gould. Where do we go from here? Chester Gould. We have just presented Mumble's Quartet. Now, where do we go from here, Chester?
Well, Fred, there isn't any place to go. They're perfect.
You like them?
They don't need a pencil and a piece of art gum. They're there in the flesh.
You mean they fit right into the frames, huh?
That's perfect.
Don't need any balloons written for them. Huh?
Absolutely not.
Chester, it's a wonderful new character, and we're very excited about it. What happens to Mumbles? We don't want to know in advance necessarily, but really what happens.
Well, he leads a rather checkered career, and of course, when I say checkered, I use the term rather loosely. But he gets his just desserts, and in the meantime brings Gould in about 2 months' paychecks. Well, I shouldn't have mentioned that.
No, of course not. Of course not. Syndicated mentioned that, should he? Well, Chester, this little girl, Kiss and Tell, she's good looking.
I was just watching Joanne Wheatley sing, and I think I'm going to give that girl a few pointers when I get back.
You do? Kiss and Tell, huh?
No, she hasn't quite got it.
No. Well, we'll work on it. We'll work with you on Kiss and Tell. Huh?
There's possibilities there, I think.
I think so, too. So what do we...
why don't we ask Chet how Sparkle Plenty's getting along?
Well, why are you concerned with Sparkle all the time?
Well, I love children.
Well, Bill, little Sparkle is just thriving and doing very fine for herself, and is going to get a lot of Christmas presents.
She is.
And somebody asked me the other day if she would have a little brother or sister next year. And, of course, I can't answer that.
Well, of course not. You're not going to... Fine thing to say.
You know, I never know what's going to happen until I see the paper.
Why, naturally. Those of you who are listening don't realize, perhaps, some of you don't realize that we have Chester Gould here, the creator of Dick Tracy. When we were here last spring, Chester paid us a visit. And we invited him to come back today because he's a nice gentleman. He's fine looking, but doesn't look anything like those characters that we've met recently.
He doesn't look at all like B.O. Plenty.
No, not at all. In fact, he's a
I always liked this man, this Bill Bivens.
Well, now, I'd like a little of that myself. How do you learn to like Bill Bivens?
He says the cutest thing.
He does at that.
Short boy.
Well, I was just kidding about not knowing what's going to happen. I do have a pretty good idea up to the first of the year.
You have?
Yes.
Well, Chester, could we get together on that?
Well, we've got a circulation department to keep up, Fred, and I just don't dare. My hands are tied.
Would you like a little bit of information about the Pennsylvanians? We have ordered all of the newspapers to be saved in my office. Every paper that comes out to be saved in my office and held till we get back because we can't keep up to date. And we're afraid to read one episode, fear we've missed 4 or 5 on the road, you see. We'll be out a month, and that office of mine is going to be loaded with papers. So we'll learn a lot. But somebody showed me this little character today, and I like that number.
Thank you, Fred. You say the nicest things, too.
Well, then maybe I could get a little advance information, huh?
Well, after the show, let's go in the back room here.
Yeah, all right. Chester, have you a new character lined up for the future?
Not beyond Mumbles.
Not beyond Mumbles.
I definitely have my hands full with Mumbles till the first of the year.
I think Tracy's going to have his hands full, too.
And, yes, that's sure. Mm-hmm. Beyond that, I'm just going to let nature take its course.
I have a suggestion. Maybe if Tracy can't handle him, we can call in Cary Drake. He's a nice guy.
There is a fine detective.
Yes, he's a good detective. And a handsome boy, too.
That's right.
I think his profile is not quite as determined as Dick's, but...
Well, I'll tell you why that is. We got there first with the chin.
That's right.
There first with the pencil.
Wonderful to have you, Chester. Do you like our Mumbles Quartet well enough to hear the rest of the song?
I'd like to hire them. I'm going to start a band myself and hire them.
Wonderful. And remember your invitation to Shawnee. Come back.
Thank you.
Come back east this summer and bring your family, will you?
Boy, what an invitation.
Isn't that nice?
It's a good place to go, too.
Right. Start that old Mumbles Quartet again.
Smoke, smoke, smoke that cigarette. Puff, 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 and if you smoke yourself to death, tell St. Peter at the Golden Gate, you hate to make him wait, but you gotta have another cigarette.
My mother named me Kiss and Tell, and all my life I did quite well until I met up with this gent called Mumbles. He stole my car, that mumbling bloke, and then what happened was no joke. My beautiful brand new convertible went up in smoke.
Smoke, smoke, smoke that cigarette. Smoke it up, smoke it up. Puff, 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 and if you smoke yourself to death, tell St. Peter at the Golden Gate you hate to make him wait.
What does Mumble say? Mumble said it was very nice of Chester Gould to come round here, and we thank him very much, and now you fellas get back to singing your song.
Smoke it up, 'cause you're gonna have another cigarette.
Welcome back. Well, an interesting look. Obviously, this was about a decade more down the road than the radio shows we're listening to. And we can see how Chester Gould had gotten into the more colorful villains, Mumble's among them, and also how much of a following the newspaper strip had really developed throughout the country. And I think it can be hard for people today to realize how big these adventure strips were. In particular, Dick Tracy, whose appeal really did cut across all age brackets. And Waring describes his system for keeping up with Tracy. And really, if you were a traveling man like Waring, who's always on the road, you have to work out a system to keep up to date with the strips without actually having something spoiled. So a fascinating look at how that works, and also at the creator of Dick Tracy, Chester Gould. Listener comments and feedback now, and we start with Bill, who writes, "Hey, Mr. Great Detectives of Old Time Radio Man. I'm really enjoying Dick Tracy, even if episodes 3 and 4 aired in opposite order." I apologize for that error, Bill. We did get that corrected. In episode 2, when Pat said Saints Preserve Us, I thought it was a crossover episode with Mr. Keene, and Mike Clancy was on the scene. I'd heard of the Dick Tracy decoder ring, but this was the first I'd heard of the decoder book. Thanks. And speaking of decoding, got a comment here from Lawrence. Says, "Oh, how I wish I had one of those decoder books so I could know what those messages say, because just listening to Dick Jr. spout off numbers is sort of irritating. My first thought is they're just commercials, remnants of a Christmas story telling kids to eat puff wheat or puff rice." That is definitely a concern, Lawrence, but we got a comment over at greatdetectives.net that actually addressed that, and that doesn't appear to be the case. We have a comment here from Chris, who writes, "Hey Adam, I'm really enjoying the Dick Tracy serials. Strangely, I find the Quaker Oat spots most interesting. The serial shot from a gun. How is that ever considered to be a good thing?" Well, I guess, you're broadcasting, you're targeting at least boys, but at this point you're getting girls as well. You can tell because they included the option for the bangle and specifically targeted that towards the girls. But you've got an idea. You're talking to kids, and the idea that, wow, this was actually shot out of a gun. It doesn't occur to them like, how does that make it taste better? It's just like shot out of a gun. That's cool. The secret messages really intrigued me. Chris goes on. I looked online and finally found a copy of the code. A link to the code and decoded messages from each episode are below. The messages are a nice tie-in with the episode, allowing the listeners to learn how to get their own version of the lucky black pearl of Osiris ring, made out of 14-karat gold-plated brass with a secret compartment and everything. As an overall junior said, "Gee, that sure is a swell ring." And I had to have one. Unfortunately, Quaker Oats stopped making puff wheat and puff rice only last year, as it turns out, and as such, the box tops are hard to find. So I'm making a 3D printed replica Dick Tracy ring. If it comes out nice, I'll send you a few to use as donation gifts. Well, thank you very much, Chris. And those folks at Quaker are sneaky. They figured out I was doing this, so they just went ahead and canceled the product just to make sure that they didn't have to give out with the rings. But at any rate, he does include the link to the code book, which he found actually on a forum. And some of the codes for February 8th was Watch for Secret Ring. February 9th is Secret Ring Brings Luck. And then February 10th, Secret Ring from Egypt. Clue to Secret Ring Monday for February the 11th. And that comes from the forum for Classic Horror. It's too long for me to give. I'm going to try to set up a redirect, so if you hear the podcast, you should be able to go to tracycode.greatdetectives.net to check out the forum post. So I hope that helps. And thank you so much for the note and for the research. Glad that the Tracy episode inspired that. Our listener support campaign continues, and you can send along a one-time donation, support.greatdetectives.net. And if you send along a donation of $50 or more, I'll happily send you a Radio Archives gift certificate. RadioArchives.com has some great material that's downloadable, as well as physical media, including some high-quality old-time radio sets, as well as pulp audiobooks and ebooks. And again, with a donation of $50 or $100, I'll happily send you a gift certificate for them at your request. All right, I also want to go ahead and thank our Patreon supporter of the day. Thank you to Natalie, Patreon supporter since April 2017, currently supporting us at the Shamus level of $4 or more per month. And that will do it for today. Join us back here tomorrow for The Man Called X. Next Saturday, we'll be getting into Treasury Agent. And then next Tuesday, join us back for more adventures with Dick Tracy. In the meantime, send your comments to box13@greatdetectives.net. Follow us on Twitter at Radio Detectives and become one of our friends on Facebook, facebook.com/Radio Detectives. From Boise, Idaho, this is your host, Adam Graham, signing off.